Hi everybody, I bought myself 2022 Shimano Stella. So why now when the new reel is just around the corner? I think they'll release it in 2027, next year. I have a strong suspicion that they might do to it the same thing they did to 2020 Twin Power and 2019 Vanquish. Look, these reels, they used to have a full metal body, both this foot and the side plate of the reel were metal and the mechanism assembly was in the metal parts. Now what they use this foot part metal and the side plate the CI4 plastic material, and the mechanism assembly is in the plastic part right now. I'm not saying you have to have it or it affects your fishing performance or reel longevity in any way. I just think it's a high quality, more expensive engineering solution that I appreciate and I'd like to own. So I bought this to be more of a collection item, not a fishing tool. My budget reels do the work for me just fine. So far I had a couple of fishing with it, and I remember using my Vanquish reel and I can tell there is a noticeable difference in the rotor inertia. Shimano have this separation in their higher segment. The MagnumLite reels that are 1/4 in its clones and Vanquish, they're very lightweight and they have a CI4 Plus carbon rotor, which is extremely light and it's easy to start and stop, so it has very low inertia. And they have a CoreSolid lineup, Stradic, Twin Power, Stella with this heavier metal or heavier plastic rotor. And let's say you're deciding between the two reels in the same budget category. Let's pick 1/4 and Stradic. Similar price point, there is a little bit of weight difference, but they're both perfectly fine, light enough for ultralight fishing in my opinion. And what you're really choosing between is the rotor inertia. So it depends on what kind of lures you use most of the time. The light rotor is good for situation when you mostly do animation with your rod and you're picking up your slack line. For example, you use a lot of soft plastic on a jig head and you twitch them, or you use the jerk baits and you twitch and just pick up the line. This is when the light rotor will help you because you want the least resistance and the least inertia possible. On the other hand, the heavier rotor is good for when you do steady retrieve and the lures with a lot of resistance like crankbaits or spinners, for example. Heavier rotor help you in this case and your winding feels more stable and powerful. So it really comes down to what kind of lures you use most of the time. And I hope this little tip will help you to make a better decision for your specific fishing conditions. So back to the Stella. Comparing to Vanquish, Vanquish feels regular. It doesn't feel premium. This one does feel premium, I guess, because most part of this one is metal. For example, this drag knob, it's a metal part, so it's like nice to touch. Everything is solid, there is no free play anywhere. My Vanquish had quite a bit of free play between the main gears. I think it really depends on the item that you get, so it's mostly luck. But this one, it's super solid. I spooled it with the 8-pound Gossan Answer Argent braid. I think I might need to add a little bit of bacon. So the spool capacity, I think it's perfect for 8.5 or 9-pound braid, 150 meters, and you won't need the bacon for it. One thing worth mentioning is the drag. So it takes a lot of turns to really change the drag force on this reel. Depending on what you do, it might be a good or bad thing for you. So if you're kind of guy that uses the tiniest lines and you need super precise control over your drag, this will benefit. But if you like to do a couple of clicks and change the drag force quickly, that's not gonna work because you'll need to do quite a bit of clicks here. Also, I'm not sure I like this thin knob here. I think I'm just still getting used to it because my other reels, like all the reels that I had before, had a more beefier knob. Also, Stella comes with this branded bag, which has a separate compartment for the reel handle. It's very convenient. I guess they might remove the bag from the new Stella too to cut the costs. Overall, the reel feels amazing if you want it, and it's financially responsible of you to get it. Just buy it and enjoy it for many years. I don't think this reel will ever die on the ultralight fishing rods. Okay, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you in the next one. Take care.